11, 11, and 13. I mean, then you get eight minutes from Hardy, 7 from Kelly Sedlock, 7 from Allie Schmidt. It's just when you can spread that time out and you can keep those starters fresh, and then now, like, if this is a close game, you can have them. They're strong. They're fresh in the second half. It's just an advantage that it's tough to overcome when you're not as deep, and 4 of your 5 starters are playing almost the entire half, and what averages out to be almost the entire game. It's a war of attrition, and when you have depth and the quality of depth like St. Vincent has, that's a key for success.
And Mike, you said it great right there with the quality. These aren't minutes. These aren't mop-up minutes that these players are earning. Rocco, Hardy, Kelly Sedlock, when they're in the game, they are down low in the paint, grabbing rebounds, and they're playing as hard as they can.
And you look at some teams might. You have a junior or senior as your first person off the bench. Jessica Welch is the first person off the bench for St. Vincent as Emily Fenton hits another 3. 5 points away now is Fenton for 1,000 for her career. You can see her teammates getting antsy on the bench, but back to what I was saying, when you bring a freshman off the bench as your first player, that speaks a lot about not only the talent of the freshman class and the talent of Jessica Welch, but just about the cohesiveness of this unit, that they feel they can put a freshman in and not skip a beat. So with that 3, St. Vincent now up 42-18. Fenton closing in on 1,000, only 5 points away. She's going to drive baseline. Very unselfish play. She could have easily tried putting that up and getting closer. Dishes to a wide open McGrath, now 44-18 St. Vincent.
Chatham, just a little bit of miscommunication there. The man is I believe it was Zelnick, just came right off of McGrath as Fenton was driving in fear that she was going to go up for an easy layup, but just left another easy basket right underneath the hoop for McGrath.
Fenton with it now, kicks on the right side to Manzer. Pass wasn't strong enough though, as Speeney's able to tip it away and gain control of it for Chatham. Speeney for Sargent. Sargent tries faking, drives down the baseline, pulls it back out, up top to Zelnick. Thinks about the long 2, decides not to. Sargent comes off the screen, pulls up from the right foul line, gets to fall. Marguerite Sargent now with 6 points on the night. Collins controls now, gives to Sedlock. Manzer with it, she's going to drive inside. There it is again. St. Vincent draws the 2 defenders when they drive to the lane. Easy bucket for Brittany Sedlock.
Great vision by Sedlock to see that she can make that cut, even a better pass made to her, and she can just go up off the glass with that left hand like she's born. Her natural hand's right hand, but when she goes up with that left hand, it just looks so natural, so poised, all around great player.
Now there they go, we get a nice backdoor cut by Manzer, but she can't finish. Sedlock gets her 10th rebound of the night, puts it back up, shot doesn't go. Manzer grabs the rebound now. Brittany only 2 more points away from yet another double-double. A little bit of sloppy play right there in that last 2 trips by the Bearcats. Little lapse on defense here. Liz King, I believe, got the easy bucket for Chatham, and then they go back down here. Manzer misses the easy layup. Sedlock grabs the rebound, but they can't control it, and Chatham gets the ball back. I think that's the big thing, Gio, when you talked about, let's face it, St. Vincent's up 46-22. Well on their way to a win. The big thing now is, I think, regaining that, is keeping that focus and staying locked in on what you have to do. And that's a sign of a great team, is when you have a comfortable lead like this, that you can keep playing hard and you can keep going at it with that same discipline and same focus as if this was a 4-point game.
Yeah, absolutely. St. Vincent's focused on the task at hand right now. And the task at hand for the next 16 minutes and 53 seconds is let's beat Chatham, let's get another conference win, and then we'll move on to the next one. St. Vincent has always done an excellent job of that, taking care of business every time, never looking forward or backward in what they do, and that's what they're just continuing to do tonight. Beat Chatham and on to the next one.
Fenton's shot doesn't go, but the ball's tipped out of bounds by Chatham. Manzer will inbound now for St. Vincent. Fenton comes off a screen, has the ball. The long 3 for Emily. Shot doesn't go. Getting a little excited up here, Gia, hoping she gets it here tonight.
She was just short, and you could see the anguish there on Manzer's face as she was trying to get. She knew Emily was coming off a screen somewhere, and she was just looking for her and finally got the pass off to her.
She hits it that time. The long 2, Fenton with, I believe, 16 or 17 points now, only 2 away from it. Nice job by Zelenek right there on the second chance effort. 6 points for her now on the night. McGrath with it now. Tries to feed Sedluck, cutting through the lane. She's fouled up underneath the hoop. She'll go to the line to shoot a pair. King, the guilty party right there. Elizabeth Lewis and number 40, Emily Schmidt. They check back in for Chatham. Sedluck hits the second, 51-24 now. The Bearcats on top. And there's a double-double for Brittany once again. Fenton playing tight defense now on the wing. Feed for Zelenak, ball's tipped around. Emily dives for it. Scrum on the floor, ball's kicked around. We're going to have a held ball, I believe. Possession favors the Bearcats.
And as of right now, the scoreboard is saying that Emily has 17 points. Mike and myself have that she only has 16, which also, as I'm keeping a running score, I have the Bearcats only have 50 points, but the scoreboard also says 51. So I believe, that was a pretty deep two that Emily shot there for her second basket, which might be the one.
A two, though. She was on the green line.
Yeah, so judging by, it doesn't matter
anyways, because there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Emily Fenton dials up from beyond NBA range pretty much, buries that three-pointer, and we have a pause on the court. And a big congratulations to the newest member of the 1,000-point club here at Saint Vincent College, number 3 senior, Emily Fenton, the hometown girl from Latrobe. Couldn't have happened to a better player, Gio.
She's an all-around great person. If you see her on campus, even if she knows you, she doesn't know you, she greets you with a smile. She says hello. Like you said, Mike, couldn't have happened to a better person, and we're extremely happy for her.
And you see, I believe people across the way have a welcome to the SVC 1,000-point club for Emily. She gets a hug from all of her teammates, and just a very special night for Emily Fenton. She started a little slow tonight, really couldn't get it going, but out of nowhere, 20 points, and she has just really turned it on here, end of the first half, beginning of the second half. And as we get set to resume play once again, congratulations, Emily. It's another feather in the cap for what has been a very outstanding career. She's had some big shots here. The 2 free throws in the ECAC championship a couple years ago. The Sedluck fouled Zelenak underneath, St. Vincent up 54-24. So a night she won't soon forget.
Maybe she had a feeling, Mike. We're sitting here not trying to take anything away from her. We're trying to figure out the score of the game, whether she has one more point or one less point. And she says, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll just dial up from about 34 feet and drain the shot and shut them both up. It doesn't get much deeper than that from where she shot it from, as she gets a roaring applause as she comes out of the game.
So St. Vincent now up 54-25 after Zelenak hit the first free throw. Two for two. Number 24, Ashley Fox, back in.
Gotta admit, one thing I loved about that is as soon as she made the shot, Coach Petrashko obviously called a timeout, let her soak it in. After she got her congratulations, the smile comes directly off her face, and she looks, I believe it was Liz King she was guarding, looks her directly in the eye and says, okay, now bring the ball my way.
Elle Collins wants to get on the act again. 6 points for her now. She has a pair of threes on the evening. 8 points for Collins. After that three, now St. Vincent up 57-26. Elizabeth Lewis, her three off the mark. Battled for underneath. Eventually Fox comes away with it. Fresh shot clock for the Cougars. Lewis controls, guarded closely by Collins. 15 on the shot clock. The feed down low for Speeney, pestered by Manzer. She drives up and underneath. Devin McGrath says no. Then the feed down low is tipped again, but eventually, I believe that's 24. Fox regains control of it. Her shot doesn't go. Manzer runs down the loose ball.
It's an understatement to say that Devin McGrath's a big part of this team, because when you can take away the inside game, especially in in a conference like the PAC where shooting is so important. If you take away the other aspect of the game, which is obviously the down low play, that's what makes St. Vincent so difficult to beat, is because their defense is so good. No matter where you are on the court, every shot is contested. No shot is a wide open off a ball screen because they're in your face constantly.
Like you said, Gio, number 23, Becky Rowe tried driving down low, and before she knew it, she was trapped along the baseline, had to throw one up and hit the back of the backboard. And just right in pattern with what you were saying, that St. Vincent contesting and pressuring every single shot, even though they're up here by 31, now 33, as McGrath finishes off the glass right there. Hardy's waiting to check back in, as is Sargent. Chatham wants a full timeout, so we'll take a break also. 13:03 remains. St. Vincent leads 59-26. Lewis controls for the Cougars out of the break. Sargent holds now for Chatham. Feed inside for Schmidt, contested by Hardy. Fox tries to get a shot off, doesn't go. Sargent with a nice hustle play, and the finish with the left hand off the glass.
A good effort by Sargent, as things aren't really going Chatham's way right now. As we keep talking about, every shot's contested. Except maybe this one that was a little bit of a breakaway for Sargent off the steal up off the glass for two. But, she didn't get frustrated on either of those plays. Even a frustrated player can easily miss that layup if you're thinking about something too much or thinking about the last play. But good job by Sargent to keep her composure and get those 4 easy points.
Couple new faces now check in for Chatham. Number 33, Liz King. Number 25, Carly Zelenek back in. Schmidt, Welch, Hardy, Rocco, and Manzer on the floor for St. Vincent. Only one of the original starting five. St. Vincent holds a commanding 29-point edge, 12 minutes left. Manzer holds now, feeds in the corner for Welch. 10 on the shot clock. Manzer at the top of the key, feed inside for Hardy. Feeds for Rocco, the ball's tipped, but Rocco able to control it. Strong move, doesn't get the shot to fall. The ball's tipped around. Lewis runs it down on the corner. She outlets, looking for Sargent, but Schmidt with a nice play. St. Vincent has numbers here. Manzer thought about pulling it for the long two, decides not to. The feed inside for Hardy. St. Vincent trying to set the offense up. Hardy adjusts in midair, shot doesn't go. Rocco grabs the rebound. Tries dishing it back out for Savannah, but the ball's tipped away by Sargent. So the ball will remain with St. Vincent. And number 23, Becky Rowe, checks back in for Chatham.
Quick reminder about Saturday, St. Vincent men and women's basketball, both at Grove City. You can hear that. It won't be brought to you from us, but it will be broadcasted live by the PAC Sports Network. So you can go to the link on our website or their website and watch two good games, as Grove City always plays St. Vincent pretty tough. And actually, the men lost last time, the girls won, but should be a good game nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely. The PAC broadcast something new that they're doing this year. Each week they pick a different game to go to, and I'm not sure if it's in conjunction with MSA Sports, something along those lines. I think we actually have it here on the program somewhere. It's just part of the PAC Sports Network they're trying to get rolling here. St. Vincent games are the games of the week. So like Gio said, turn in for those. The men, really a tough game last time against Grove City. Low scoring. Grove City really held the ball well. A very athletic, very scrappy team. And when you look at Grove City, that's their trademark in pretty much every sport. You know, we play them in baseball, and somehow they always just find a way to win. They beat St. Vincent in football this year. I think they only had maybe one win going into the game. But, you know, that's a school known for grinding it out and not quitting. So, you know, big test for both teams, especially the men looking to avenge that earlier loss and get in better position here as we slowly approach the PAC tournament.
And just another note to add to that men's Grove City game, not taking anything away from the women's. The big part why St. Vincent lost that game was the quickness of the Grove City guards. They really didn't have a shooting guard per se. They were both kind of point guards as they ran the offense. They made a lot of cuts, a lot of crisp passes, but St. Vincent didn't have Chris Klimchuk at that point, who is the same exact player. That it's going to be a very tight matchup with all those players, and it's going to be a good one, so make sure you tune in to see it.
Yeah, like you said, that Grove City team, they just cut and slash, backdoor, any way they can get points. And I think Klimchuk will be a good equalizer. As he is, like you said, that type of player. Not very big, only about 5'8", but a scrappy, hardworking player, good defender, good shooter, with great body control. So, like you said, a very good game that I'm sure St. Vincent fans alike are looking forward to. But right now, St. Vincent women up 59-31 on Chatham. About 10 minutes left. Manzer pulls up from the shot along the baseline. Rowe does control the ball for the Cougars. Nice job by Allie Schmidt. That's her second steal. The easy one for Manzer this time. Layup up off the glass.
Allie Schmidt's second steal of the night, I believe, as she picked off another pass earlier.
Now 61-31. Coach Petruska just called that timeout for subs, I believe. Kelly Sedlock, Kendra Birchfield, and Fenton back in for the Bearcats, accompanied Hardy and Rocco, who are already on the floor. Zelenak now. Rowe trying to back down on Kelly Sedlock. Gets trapped underneath by Sedlock and Rocco. Sargent able to come over and help her out, though, but they say she stepped on the line. So a turnover for the Cougars, and number 40, Emily Schmidt, back in for Chatham.
Great job by Kelly Sedlock, not letting Sargent. Yeah, not letting Sargent get any type of position on her as she's dribbling down to the lane. Kelly, obviously a very smaller, forced her to the baseline where you want to force her, and ultimately forced a turnover as she dribbled the ball right out of bounds, all thanks to Kelly's defense.
Good job by Hardy coming over to contest the shot. Sargent doesn't get it to fall, but a nice hustle play by her to steal the ball from Rocco. Has Zelenak cutting through the lane. Jump stops left hand up off the glass. Nice move, Carly Zelenak. She'll go to the line, trying to complete the three-point play.
Got a pass off the, 25. Zelenak gets a pass from Sargent, cutting into the lane. A little bit of a slap foul. You don't want to call it ticky-tack, but Birchfield just gets her on the wrist as Zelenak had no problem putting the ball up off the glass, and she converts the conventional three-point play.
St. Vincent with 3 team fouls, 1 for the Cougars. Both teams in the first half. I mean, only 4 fouls against St. Vincent, 5 against Chatham. We mentioned earlier, but a pretty clean game. Both teams playing fairly disciplined defense, not committing any, like you said, frustrated fouls, especially on the part of Chatham. Lewis with it now. Hands off to Zelenak. She's on the right wing, guarded by Rocco. Drives inside underneath Hardy. Tries the scoop shot. Doesn't go. Nice job, help defense right there. Zelenak with a nice move to get around Rocco, but Hardy slid right over, forced Zelenak to adjust the shot, and it didn't fall.
St. Vincent just playing pitch and catch now, winding down the shot clock inside of 10 seconds on the last 2 possessions now.
Birchfield drives, right side, kicks for Sedlock. Her three-pointer's on the way, shot doesn't go. Didn't touch rim, but it doesn't matter as Chatham grabs the loose ball. Zelenak pushes ahead for King, hands off for Rowe. Rowe's three-pointer Off the front of the rim, ball out of bounds. St. Vincent will get it back. Sedlock and McGrath checking back in.
I don't know if Chatham's defense is just getting a little frustrated or, hate to say it, lazy late in the game, but St. Vincent had an opportunity to shoot the ball about 4 times on that possession, and that really just can't happen, especially when they're just playing pitch and catch back and forth like that. But we have a timeout on the court, full timeout, and we'll take one too. 61-34 is your score. We'll be right back.
Fenton controls the ball now for St. Vincent. Out of the timeout, under 8 minutes left. Bearcats with a 27-point edge. Pass from Birchfield's a little wide for Sedlock, kicked around. Last touch by King off her foot into the St. Vincent bench, so the Bearcats will retain possession. 16 seconds on the shot clock.
St. Vincent doing a good job. Sorry, we had a little bit of a technical difficulty with the mic there. St. Vincent doing a very good job of slowing the ball down, not taking any unnecessary shots or unneeded shots, I guess is what you could say. So they're doing a very good job of that, not committing fouls, no turnovers late in the game, closing a game out like a good team does.
Lexi Lee now checks in for the Bearcats. Kelly Sedlock takes a break. Rowe will inbound for the Cougars. Has King off the screen. She pulls up from 3. Her shot off the mark. Lee tips it. Sedlock runs it down. Fenton controls now for St. Vincent in the corner for Birchfield. Her long 2. Shake, rattle, and no roll. Tipped away by McGrath, ran down by Fenton. Lexi Lee pulls up from 3. Her shot off the mark. Smart play by Holly Rowe to duck, or not Holly Rowe, excuse me, Becky Rowe to duck out of the way.
As I just said about like a bad shot or whatever, not a bad shot by Lee, but she had a little bit more time to set up and shoot it, and that's what Coach Petruska looked at her and said, take your time. When you're that wide open, you don't have to catch and release unless that's what you're completely comfortable with. But we've seen Lexi spot up a number of times, take a deep breath, and just find the bottom of the net, not even touching the rim. She's a very good shooter. So that's what Coach Petruska says, play to your strength, as he yelled and clapped her away.
The long 3 from Birchfield doesn't roll again. Kendra has some good looks here. Just can't get it to fall. Lewis now hands off for Sargent on the right wing, drives around Birchfield. Kendra used her hands a little too much. Becky Rowe back in for the Cougars. Zelenik takes a break. 61-34, St. Vincent leads. 6:22 remains.
Not much of a different look, really, for any of the players. Chatham only has 4 players on the bench, but I guess we're just used to seeing a lot of players off the bench for St. Vincent. Not like teams separate A, B. When we're up or we're down by a lot, we put them in. But it's just all these, like you said earlier, a close-knit group. They can, never skip a beat. They all play so well together.
That was a nice shot by Lewis on the Chatham end. Nice little scoop shot. Birchfield can't get that one to go. Lewis holds now for the Cougars. Kelly Sedlock gets ready to check back in. Sargent with the now, left wing for King, feeds back inside for Sargent. A little bit of a ticky-tack foul right there. I'm going to call Sedlock on that one, only her second, I believe.
While we have a pause in the action real quick, just like to commend the Saint Vincent faculty on coming out and supporting their team. Just for example, head men's soccer coach Keith Harmon coming out tonight, taking in all the action, comes to every game, really supports both the men's and women's team. Just an all-around good guy, really defines what the faculty is made up here at Saint Vincent College.
See a number of professors also in the stands. Really, like you said, getting out here to support their team. So it's really nice when the whole community comes together from the close-knit family at Saint Vincent College. And they get out here to support their athletic teams.
And you gotta love how modest they are too. We asked Coach Harmon to come up here for an interview, maybe give us a preview on what he's looking for next season, any big-time recruits, and he just said, we're just gonna go out and handle our business. He doesn't want the spotlight.
Nice job by Chatham on defense right there. Forces St. Vincent into a shot clock violation, and Coach Petruska, 61-36, he gets to sit back and say, hey, we got this one in the bag, but he's still out there coaching pretty hard. He ripped into his team a little bit right there. Nice cut by King through the lane, and I thought McGrath got all ball, but apparently the official down here in front of us didn't think that way. That's why they give him the whistle and not us.
Mike, just to add on to what you said about Coach Petruska, it's you often hear the comparison of sometimes your kids turn out how there's from the scene at home, and that's kind of like this scenario here. The Bearcats are always around Coach Petruska, and they always fight, always give 100%. And why would they do anything less when their head coach gives 100%? Always watching film, always coaching, no matter what the score is. Standing up, yelling, commending his players when he needs to. Just an all-around effort.
St. Vincent turning in one of those efforts tonight as they lead 61-38. Emily Fenton doesn't want to stop now. She's heating up even more. 23 points tonight for Fenton. Bearcats now lead 64-38. Schmidt up top for Rowe. Back inside for Schmidt. Spins with the left hand, doesn't go. Lexi Lee grabs the rebound. Fenton pushes ahead for Brittany. Brittany, nice job to get her feet set and finish that layup with the left hand. Inside of 4 minutes now. St. Vincent 66-38, building that lead back up towards 30.
23 points, you might think on a one milestone night for Emily Fenton. She might be nearing another. I'm not sure of what her career high is, but 23 points is a lot of points. So it'd be interesting to see if she can eclipse that mark too, and check another one off the list.
Schmidt connects on that trip down the floor for Chatham. Nice shot in the lane. Lexi Lee now feeds down for Kelly Sedlock. Collins, Rocco, and Hardy waiting to check back in. Fenton from three again. Her shot off the front of the rim. Sedlock grabs the rebound. Back up top for Emily. 28 on the shot clock. Coach Petruska just wants a sub timeout. Those three will come in, as will Liz King for the Cougars. Collins will run the point now. Lee from three. Her shot in and out doesn't go. Rocco comes in trying for the rebound, but Schmidt grabs it. Lewis has it for the Cougars. Nice no-look pass to Sargent. She's going to drive the hole. Nice body control to adjust. The shot doesn't fall, though. It's a little too strong. Zelenek grabs the rebound. She's going to be fouled by Rocco underneath. Exactly 3 minutes left. It's the seventh team foul against St. Vincent's. A shooting foul. Zelenek will go to the line again. She has 12 points in the night. Sargent has 10. They lead the Cougars. Of course, Fenton with 23 leading the way for the Bearcats.
Impressive for Chatham. Only has one foul in the half. Like we said, when you're down a lot, it's easy to get frustrated and a lot of unnecessary fouls. But they've done a good job of playing disciplined basketball and not committing the fouls. 66-41 now. Zelenek, 1 of 2. Lee in the corner for Sedlock.
Collins passes back down to Kelly. Back across court for Lexi Lee. Lexi finally gets to fall. The three-pointer had a couple looks tonight. A couple bad bounces now. She's on the score sheet as well.
Lexi Lee scoring her first career points as a Bearcat against Chatham earlier this year when they played them. A deep three. Same kind of scenario. I believe actually she did miss her first two shots she took and nailed the third one. I believe she made another short jumper later in the game, so let's see if same scenario plays out. She can get 2 more points, add to her total.
Collins with it now. Back up top for Lee, back to Collins. L for the long three. Her shot in and out doesn't go. Ball tipped around off King's hands. Rocco controls it. Kelly Sedlock holds now on the right wing. Inside of 2 minutes, St. Vincent leads 69-41. Pass from Hardy to Sedlock. Her three off the front of the rim doesn't go, and a nice job by Rocco. St. Vincent really crashing the glass hard here on the offensive end with time winding down.
Yeah, St. Vincent out-rebounded Chatham by 12 in the first half. I believe that number has grown significantly when we take a look at the final statistics. We'll let you know, but St. Vincent definitely dominating the glass all game, especially in the later part of the second half.
St. Vincent with good ball movement right there, but Sedlock turns it over. Inside, 90 seconds left now. Schmidt holds, thinks about handing off for King, but the ball's tipped around. Schmidt does regain control of it. Sargent's going to try to drive baseline for King. It's off her feet, though. She regains possession. Lewis trips over the feet of Lexi Lee as they're going for the ball. That'll be a 1-and-1 as that's the 8th foul against St. Vincent. Only one on Chatham here in the second half. That's the first on Lee as Rowe is going to check back in for the Cougars.
St. Vincent men and women's swim team were in action tonight. Probably one of the meets are still going on, so hope for the best for both teams in that aspect. Hopefully we can have a clean sweep of this Wednesday afternoon for the Bearcats.
Minute 7 left now. St. Vincent leads 69-43. Hardy holds now for the Bearcats, back up top to Lee for Sedlock. Nice to see Kelly Sedlock on the board here. Collins tries the deep three and buries it. Elle Collins. She's up to 11 points now. Another very solid performance from Elle. Feed inside for Schmidt with the left hand. Shot doesn't go, contested by Hardy. Schmidt using his long arms to pull in the rebound, though. King pulls up from three. Her shot off the front of the rim. Rocco grabs the board. About a 1.5 second differential between the game clock and the game clock and the shot clock. St. Vincent 72-43. Rocco's jumper buries it. Shot clock is off now with 18.5 seconds left. St. Vincent up 74-43. Their largest lead of the night, I believe.
Final 10 seconds. Great win for the Bearcats. 31-point victory. Well, now 29-point victory for the Bearcats. A lot of momentum rolling into Grove City, and it should be an exciting one. Great win tonight for the Bearcats.
And that's your final score. St. Vincent 74, Chatham 45. The Bearcats improved to 15-3 and now 10-1 in the conference. Chatham 0-11, 3-15 overall. And before we sign off tonight, Gio, one more time, we have to extend our congratulations to Emily Fenton. 23 points here tonight, and now the newest member of the 1,000-point club here at St. Vincent College, joining some pretty good company.
Yeah, Mike, it's going to be quite an honor to have her name up with all the basketballs here that are at the Carey Center Gymnasium with all the 1,000-point scorers. And like we said earlier, it couldn't happen to a better person. Extremely proud and excited for Emily Fenton.
Bearcats back in action this Saturday at Grove City. A 1 o'clock start for the women, 3 o'clock start for the men. 2 great contests on tap for you there. That'll do it from the Carey Center tonight on the St. Vincent Sports Network. The Bearcats take down the Chatham Cougars in PAC action by a final score of 74-55. For Gio Musica, I'm Mike Esteva. Thanks for joining us, and good night, everyone.